Is it really possible for a tiny tweak to your morning coffee routine to ignite your metabolism and put your body into full fat-burning mode for the rest of the day?
Check out the link in the video description now and transform your morning coffee into a metabolism-boosting super drink.
Tonight, as two of the most deeply sinister figures on the world stage are about to meet to proclaim their friendship and mutual cooperation, it is hard not to feel a sense of foreboding. The old world of détente, the carefully managed balance of powers that has kept us safe for the best part of a lifetime, seems a distant memory. The immediate reason for Vladimir Putin's visit to North Korea is clear enough. The Russian president is grateful for the weapons supplied by his fellow autocrat, Kim Jong Un. North Korean missiles have already played an important role in Russia's continued bloody invasion of Ukraine, and Putin, presumably, wants more. But the pictures of the two dictators shaking hands also show how dangerously fragmented the world has become, a point that Russia and North Korea, both armed with nuclear weapons, will be happy to ram home. Putin's invasion made Russia an international outlaw. Now he has decided to team up with other global outcasts, with apparent impunity. By lining up alongside the likes of North Korea and Iran, Putin is turning Russia into the captain of a team of rogue regimes. President Kim and the Ayatollahs of Iran provide a terrorist and missile threat to the West while supplying ammunition and drones for Putin's war. In return, Russia gives sophisticated nuclear and missile technologies to North Korea. China, meanwhile, prefers to watch and wait. For as the West grows ever more distracted in its attempts to deal with Russia and its rogue gang, Beijing is arming itself on a terrifying scale. President Xi Jinping has undertaken a huge buildup of its nuclear potential, including 240 new intercontinental missiles with several warheads, shorter-range anti-ship carrier killers, new missiles, and a vast network of tunnels and bunkers concealing their location. China may also be putting its nuclear weapons on high operational alert for the first time, according to a report from the respected Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. For the 40 years that followed the remarkable economic reforms in the late 1970s, China's Communist Party leaders were careful to steer clear of international crises. The architect of the country's economic success, the late President Deng Xiaoping, warned his successors that China should rise without attracting attention. Today we are in a different world. President Xi, China's dominant leader since 2012, no longer wants to hide his growing power. He wants to flaunt it and intimidate his neighbors, not least by exposing America's uncertainty in how to respond. Today, Western politicians have started to say that the West is entering a new Cold War. And they look back to the standoff with the Communist Soviet Union in the 1980s for how to deal with China now. But they need to look back further still. We are entering a new era of missile crises, and we need to learn the lessons of the past. Only those now in their 70s have any clear memories of the knife-edge Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. And even U.S. presidential contenders Joe Biden, 81, and Donald Trump, 78, are too young to remember how close the West came to war with the Soviet Union over Stalin's blockade of West Berlin in 1948-49. But today we face returning to a nightmare scenario, nuclear-tipped bullies demanding their own way around the globe. Forgetting is not a luxury we can afford. It was only extraordinary Western statesmanship that steered the world to safety in the coldest Cold War years. But finding successors to the likes of Harry Truman or John F. Kennedy, former U.S. presidents and leaders of the West, will be no mean feat. Today's European leaders came to political maturity amid 30 years of Western dominance and as Soviet communism unraveled. Decades of success have dulled our understanding of how to deal with a powerful, secretive, and possibly unstable rival like China. How to manage the risks involved. In the years following 1945, the leaders of the West improvised a brilliant strategy to contain the threat of Stalin's communism spreading without letting the world slip over the edge into a Third World War. Our current politicians, our diplomats and strategists have no relevant experience or expertise, yet the situation confronting them is even more profoundly complex than the one that faced Kennedy. We must deal with not one but a multiplicity of powers, some armed with nuclear weapons. And they increasingly